It's exam day at a normal high school. The kid asleep at the desk is Mo, our main guy. His eye snaps open. A red spear tears past. He shoots up screaming for his junior sister. The class stares because he stood up mid-test. Seconds ago, she died shielding him from it. Gang, a classmate tells him to sit down. The room jokes that he reads too many novels. The teacher warns him to stop the noise. Then Mo works it out. He came back in time. He reaches for his spirit power. Nothing. Mo says it out loud. The rebirth is real. The Wan family broke him, then an immortal saved him. He met her in space. He wants that power back. The teacher orders him out of the room. Mo leaves because exams waste his time now. He sits against a brick wall outside. Old techniques float through his mind. He picks the heaven-soaring dragon manual. Golden energy curls around him again. A quarter hour later, the Chu-yi circulates. Yue, the school goddess, asks what he's doing. He steps past her and pats Yao, his real friend. Mo walks off. He plans to save Yao's family next. Mo remembers that Yao's family runs into hard times soon, and he wants that stopped. Then he remembers where he sleeps now, the house of Yue, his family's host. Mo wants out, so he needs a rented place, and his wallet is completely empty. Mo grins to himself on the sidewalk because he has just worked out his answer. Mo sits cross-legged on the grass with 5 yellow talismans laid out on a cloth. 2 men walking past sneer that students now sell fakes to anyone dumb enough. Mo only smirks, since in a crowd this size, one person has to know real work. A hand reaches down toward the paper and a voice asks what these talismans do. The customer crouching by the cloth is a girl named Yoon. Mo lifts one talisman and says it clears the mind and drives evil spirits off. Yoon repeats the part about the mind, and her eyes go wide. She asks if it helps a person who cannot control their body or recognize family. Mo points at another paper for weak souls, what doctors now call neurasthenia. Yun holds the talisman up close and asks him for the price. Mo throws a peace sign and tells her that doubting him is her own loss. She agrees to buy, and he quotes 30,000 for the mind talisman. Her friend comes flying in, screaming about the price and calling it a scam. The friend shouts that these papers are scribbled by hand and worth nothing. Yun answers that her grandma keeps getting worse, so a fake is worth trying. She tells her friend that even a con is fine if grandma gets better. Standing over the cloth, Yun asks the seller if she can pay him by app. Mo hands her extra papers and says to stick one on the head and shout "Awaken." Yun smiles wide and thanks him for the free ones. Walking off, her friend points back and promises a beating if the papers fail. The test comes sooner than either of them expects. By morning, Mo has rented a house and the place beats a stranger's spare room. He sits on the bed while blue energy curls around him, and he starts cultivating. Across town, a grandpa sits by a bed where the grandma lies asleep. Yun steps in and asks her grandpa how grandma is doing tonight. He says the fit hit an hour ago, and Dr. Lin put her out with a sedative. Yun holds out the yellow talisman and says an expert gave it to her today. Grandpa shuts his eyes and tells her not to make a joke of grandma. Yun grabs his hand and asks him to try it once, just in case it works. He gives in. A hand slips under grandma's head and lifts it off the pillow. Fingers press the yellow talisman flat onto grandma's forehead. Yun raises one finger, purple light floods the room, and she shouts, "Awaken." If a street scribble really wakes her up, everything changes tonight. Grandma lies flat on the pillow with the yellow talisman stuck to her forehead. Her husband, the grandfather here, watches from the doorway and sighs. Yun stands by the wall and quietly calls him Grandpa. He says the best experts in Yan City cannot cure grandma, so a street charm means nothing. The paper lights up gold and burns right there on her forehead. Her eyes fly open and she drags in a huge breath under the blanket. The grandfather and Yun freeze with their jaws hanging. Grandma sits straight up in the bed, shaking hard, and calls her husband by name. Yun leans over the pillow and asks if grandma recognizes her. The old woman smiles and says, of course she knows her own granddaughter. The grandfather starts yelling for Yun to drag Dr. Lin here right now. The doctor arrives fast and examines grandma while the family crowds the bed. He holds up a round metal device and calls it a miracle. The old lady is fine. Yun grabs the grandfather's arm and cheers, and the old man barely moves a muscle. Then he demands the full story of how she bought that talisman, seller included. Far away, Mo lies on his bed at sunset, and thin earth chi leaves him 3 days short of the chi refining realm. Mo picks up his phone, already certain that his mom is about to ring him. Her voice tells him to get to Hanyang Airport for his grandmother's funeral. Mo holds the phone tight because after 600 years he hears her again. He promises to leave within minutes and she agrees to wait for him there. A gray sedan runs down the highway toward the airport. Mo sits in the back seat and thinks about parents who built their careers alone. The Lee family still treats him as an outsider that anyone can trample. Mo climbs out at the terminal, once used as a tool to reach the Yan clan, though his fiancée there always shielded him. He walks in with his coat flaring and swears to collect every debt in this second life. A woman in a black dress waits in the crowd and she is his mom. Mo says "Mom" under his breath and orders himself not to cry. Then he shouts "Mother" across the hall. His mom spins around, startled by the voice behind her. Mo grins and tells her she got prettier again in a few months. She asks why his mouth is so sweet and he says she never noticed her son's good points. Mom tells him to bow properly for Grandma in Yanjing, and the two skip off through the station. Behind that smile, his eyes go cold because the Lee family has no idea he is coming for them. Morning breaks over the Lee family district on the edge of Yangjing City. Expensive cars fill the driveway, one for every relative who showed up. Mo walks up the steps with his mother, and the hall ahead is a funeral hall. Fubo, the family manager, meets them at the door and asks why she came. Mo reads the sweat on that face and knows his mother is not welcome here. The manager warns she will be turned away. She refuses to be kept from her own mother. The two of them walk inside holding hands, with the manager trailing behind. Relatives fill the room and glare. In his last life, those glares terrified him. Now he barely reacts, and he calls the entire Lee family an anthill. At the front sits the family head, Lee Dongyang, surrounded by white wreaths. The old man does not move or speak, and nobody dares talk over him. The first uncle steps forward and asks his fourth little sister why she bothered. She answers that he still calls her sister, so he already knows the reason. The first uncle stalls, while the second uncle just snorts at her. The first uncle gives in and lets her see their mother one last time. She thanks him. Mo takes one step forward, and a flat hand slams into his chest to block him. The second uncle calls him an outsider with the wrong blood and bans him from the hall. His mother starts shouting, until the little aunt grabs her arm and calls it disrespect to grandmother. The first uncle folds too because their father getting angry scares him more. His mother goes quiet and says she understands. She cups Mo's face and tells him to say goodbye from the doorway, since grandmother loved him. Mo drops onto the tiles right there and kowtows at the entrance. That night, a cousin leads them to a side building and offers to prepare a room. His mother says Mo can simply stay with her, so nobody needs to prepare anything. The cousin smiles and quotes the rule that younger generations sleep apart. She tries to argue, but Mo tells her it is fine and nothing will go wrong. The grin gets wider the second Mo agrees to it. Mo knows this place. The Lee cousins locked him in that warehouse last life and almost killed him. The cousin says he sleeps there, and Mo asks if the family got too poor for guest rooms. A key lands in front of him, and the cousin calls a warehouse generous. Mo glances back over his shoulder while the cousin walks off across the yard. Flames burst out and wrap around his fingers. The key hangs above his palm inside that fire, and Mo does not even blink. Hours later, 4 men cross the dark yard toward the warehouse. One of them tells the cousin to open the door, and the cousin lifts a spare key. Mo is locked inside there alone. Mo is already halfway through the crew. One folds over his fist, the next eats a shoe and coughs blood. The last one drops, and Yue, the cousin behind all this, just stares from the back. Mo brushes the dust off his shoulder and keeps his eyes on the only one still standing. Yue smirks and tells him he has some skills, which explains why he stayed so calm. Then blue sea flares around Yue, and he promises to show what real strength looks like. Mo reads that glow in one look and calls it too weak to even count as qi. 2 of Yue's friends cheer that their big brother is a martial artist past the outer core. Those words interest Mo far more than the fight because cultivators should not exist on Earth now. Yue calls him trash and comes in swinging for his head. Mo watches the fist arrive and stays exactly where he is. The punch slams into his palm and stops there, with wind blasting out around them. Yue's mouth drops open because that arm will not travel another inch. Mo holds the fist in one hand, and Yue pulls with everything he has and moves nothing. Then Mo swings him overhead by that same fist and drives him into the floor. Yue lands flat and screams with his cheek against the concrete. Mo plants a foot beside his head and asks if that was the true strength he promised. Yue's two friends scream at Mo to let go of their big brother. Mo agrees to let go, then follows it with one small word that ruins everything. His shoe comes down on Yue's dantian, the spot that stores a cultivator's key. Yue coughs blood on the ground and swears he will haunt Mo as a ghost. Mo only smiles down at him and says the good part has just started. Over at the Lee estate, the lights come on for the evening and nobody inside knows yet. Yue lies on a stretcher with blood soaked through his shirt while his family kneels around. Mo's grandfather, the head of the Lee family, walks up and tells them to explain. A sobbing woman says the trash from the fourth daughter's family crippled little Yue. The family head goes red and cannot believe that trash dared to touch his grandson. He orders Li Wu, one of his sons, to bring the fourth daughter and Mo in. Li Wu answers, "Yes, father." Before Li Wu takes a step, a pair of shoes stops on the stone and a voice says, "There is no need." Mo already stands at their gate with his hands in his pockets. He came to them first. The Lee family crowd is already screaming that Mo is trash and deserves to die. One of the guests covers her mouth, shocked that the kid showed up alone. His aunt screams that Yue, the beaten cousin, shared his own blood. Mo does not move an inch. He only lifts his eyes. The voice belongs to his grandfather, the family head, and he repeats it. Mo answers that heaven knows he did nothing wrong. His uncle explodes and asks how a Lee can wreck his own cousin and deny it. Mo asks why the Lee name matters now and says he does not want it anyway. The uncle drops onto both knees and begs Grandpa for a judgment on Yue. Grandpa cuts it short and calls on the family rules. The guest whispers that Mo is finished and the family will throw him out. Yue's parents are both in tears and tell Mo to go die for what he did. A heel stops hard on the stone, and a new voice tells everyone to wait. His mom faces her big brother and swears her son is not that cold-blooded. The uncle points at the bloody nephew and asks where the misunderstanding is. His mom asks what really happened. Mo asks if anybody would even listen. She tells him fairness lives in every heart, so he should say it out loud. Mo scratches his head. He can ignore a screaming yard, but not his mother. He walks past her and straight into the crowd, and one guy is about to regret coming. Mo grabs a man in a blue jacket, one of Yue's friends, who yells to be released. One throw puts the friend flat on the pavement, and Mo says he will talk instead. Grandpa goes silent. The crowd remembers this guy follows Yue everywhere. He bends over the friend who stutters out a panicked question. Mo tells him to report what he knows and change absolutely nothing, the friend confesses. Yue ordered them to discipline Mo and shame his mother. The yard hears the rest. Yue locked Mo in a warehouse and paid for the beating. The uncle and aunt turned pale. Yue swung with everything and got crippled anyway. His mom rounds on her big brother and asks if this is the good son he raised. A Lee family woman snaps that Mo went way too hard on the kid he put down. The man beside her asks what that kid even said wrong, then tells his mom she made her own choice years ago and should stop flinching now. Mo turns to his mom and asks if she is angry. She asks the family head what he would do if Mo were the one on the floor, then demands he apply the family rule. Mo is quietly loving this and waits to see him squirm. The family's men shuffle around in their suits and say absolutely nothing. The family head answers with two words. He would not use the family rule even over a dead outsider. His mom lowers her head and says that answer is all she needed. Then she asks straight out how the Lee family plans to settle today. The family head wants a life for a life. He orders them to seize Mo and wait for the kid to wake up. His mom asks what happens if she refuses, and he dares her to try. She screams that she is finished being scared of any of them. He roars that she talked back and raises his arm over her. The open palm swings down with real force behind it. Mo catches the wrist in the air while his mom reaches out far too late. The family's men start shouting at him to let their head go. The gunman rips out a pistol and promises to kill him for touching the family head. His mom begs Mo to let go, like that is the actual problem here. Mo does not blink. His eye stays cold and steady. Two ancient cultivators fade into view behind the family head. The family head glares down while Mo keeps the grip locked. Mo feels their pressure and admits the Lee family is tougher than he assumed. Then he decides Transcendence cultivators are nothing to worry about. He was weak and powerless in his last life, and this time anyone who touches his mother dies. Mo tells the family head that he threw the punch himself, so the anger belongs to him. Nobody touches a single strand of his mother's hair. Gold energy spins around his whole body while he offers the Lee family a brand new head. The gunman goes white. Mo is an inner realm martial artist. The family head sweats through his beard. At this range, nobody could save him. His mom blinks at the crowd, completely lost on what just changed. Another woman from the family tells Mo to let go and stop disrespecting his grandfather. Mo repeats that word back and asks where the man was when kids bullied him as a boy. The gunman and the couple listen while Mo asks where that man was when the kid cornered him and people mocked his mom. Mo shoves the family head's hand off his arm. The family head clutches his wrist while Mo tells him he will never call him grandfather. The Lee family just lost a grandson in front of everyone. Lizzie, the Lee family's oldest son, blocks the way and starts listing Mo's excuses. He says Mo hurt his own cousin and never once apologized for it. Lizzie jabs a finger at him and calls him an unfilial son. Mo laughs in his face. Mo reminds him his surname is Chen, not Lee, so the whole lecture means nothing. Lizzie warns that one Lee family palm could wipe the tiny Chen family out. Mo looks around the ring of relatives and calls the whole family a bunch of ants. The offer is simple. Mo kneels and begs, or the Chen family has 5 years left. Mo says they aren't worthy of his knees. In 3 years, they'll beg him instead. The family grandfather cuts in and says the matter ends here. He walks off and declares the Lee and Chen family's enemies from today onward. Mo's mom watches them leave, and she knows this just turned very bad. Mo takes her arm and tells her to leave a place with no kindness in it. She shuts her eyes and decides to defend the Manhwa group with everything left. The two of them walk out through the crowd without another word. Back in Chaisang City, Mo works an old street market hunting jade for his chi formation. Nothing fancy is needed. Any stone holding heaven and earth energy will do the job. Stall after stall turns up junk, and not one rock carries that energy. Then his eyes narrow at one last mat further down the street. An old vendor in a yellow robe stands over a spread of beads and trinkets. Mo crouches down and asks the price of a pair of jade lions. The vendor barely opens his eyes and says 1,000. Mo points at a painted scroll instead. 2,000, same bored tone. Our guy makes a little disappointed noise, the oldest trick at any market. His finger picks out a dull gray rock, the one glowing to his eyes alone. The vendor's eye snaps open, sharp and very much awake now. He offers the rock for free if Mo explains what it actually does. Mo starts sweating. He played it careful, and the old man saw through him anyway. Under that plain shell, the stone is packed with heaven and earth energy. Mo takes the deal, but he wants to know where the rock was found. The vendor agrees on the spot and holds the stone out in his open palm. Mo takes it, and the vendor says the street is no place for this talk. Mo grins. One stone covers a full formation with spare for his second QE refining layer. The two of them stop at a quiet tea house as the sun drops. Over hot tea, the vendor asks what the stone really does, and Mo has to decide how much truth a stranger this sharp gets to hear. The old man, a martial artist himself, doubts it. Bones harden before 16. Mo tells him flat out that if he says it works, then it works. The old man bows and begs the senior brother to take him under his wing. Mo answers with one finger, and the thick wood splits clean apart. Gold light wraps around him. Strength ranks people, not age. The old man screams. Only an inner core artist turns a hand into a blade. He drops to the floor, forehead down, and calls Mo his master. Mo sits back in the armchair and downgrades him to a helper, not a disciple. In a few days, Mo will return with a real technique. Until then, the old man does as he likes. Outside, Mo realizes he never asked the guy's name. Next time then, a white villa sits quiet in the afternoon sun, glass across the front. Inside, Mo puts a rough blue stone down on the wooden table. One word from him and the stone bursts into glowing shards. He calls the key gathering array and ribbons of light coil around him. The shards drop into place on the floor, each one burning orange. A column of light erupts from the middle of the room and Mo stands inside it. He grins. With the array running, his cultivation speed jumps. Across the city, a different mansion sits under a yellow autumn tree. A girl in a long blue gown stands at the window with her back turned. Sang Sang, her maid, says the meeting ended with the Chen marriage canceled. The Yan heiress answers that her city's future is hers, and nobody decides for her. The heiress tells Sang Sang to pack since they leave for Chaisang now. The danger is real, Sang Sang warns, once they leave the family grounds. Thugs are Sang Sang's problem. Anything stronger, they have an inner core artist on call. Sang Sang asks if he will even help once he learns the marriage is dead. The heiress smiles. Once they find Mo, helping is not his call. She is coming for him, and he has no clue. The whole city is asleep, and a golden array burns across the ground below. Mo sits cross-legged in the middle of it, white key coiling around his shoulders. His eye flares gold as he tells himself to let a little of that key out. Fire wraps his open palm, because the gathering array pushed him into key, refining ahead of schedule. He breathes out and counts 10 days to key blade, but the base comes first. By morning, the towers are bright again and his training night is over. A hand flips a notebook open since report cards land tomorrow. Mo reads at his desk and remembers that tomorrow the Yan family cancels the marriage, the thing that made him a joke last life. His phone buzzes. Mo picks up and asks his classmate Yao why she is calling this early. Nothing is wrong. Her family restaurant opens today and the tasting is free for guests. She admits the kitchen runs on cheap ingredients, so Hao and Kei Yue never got invited. 11:30, and the sign over the door reads, Yao Yao Restaurant. Yao waves him in from the steps while Mo climbs out of a taxi. Her mother walks out grinning and says Yao talked about him all morning. Mo wishes the auntie a business that flourishes, and the mother laughs at how smooth that came out. Yao goes red and shoves her mother off to the kitchen because the classmates are waiting to eat. Mo has a red packet ready, but handing it over means Yao refuses it. He slides the envelope onto the front counter while nobody is watching. Inside, Yao tells him the tables are all classmates and he can sit anywhere. A few of them glare and mutter that trash like him dares to touch Yao. Gang, his good friend, waves him over to a chair and Mo drops into it. Lei, another classmate, steps away to check whether the food is ready. Yao agrees to stop working for a bit and sit with everyone. Gang jumps up, offers her his seat, and moves across the table. Yao thanks him and takes the chair, still smiling. Gang grins that little Momo owes him one now, and Mo wants no favor like that. 3 classmates at the far table watch all of it and go quiet. 2 of them lean in, eyes locked on the seat Mo took. Joe, another classmate at their table, brags that the fortune tree by the door is his gift. Then Joe calls Mo out by name across the room, and Yao turns to look. Arms folded, Joe asks whether Mo really turned up empty-handed. Joe Hao, the class bully, asks how fat Mo's red packet was. $10, maybe 20. A freckled classmate joins in, doubled over, enjoying it way too much. Mo sips his drink and stays quiet while the table waits for an answer. Yao, the girl hosting the party, thanks everyone who brought gifts and everyone who came with nothing. She ends the topic there. The bully sneers that Mo is hiding behind a girl's back, then calls him trash. A hand tilts a small glass and the drink slides to one side. Mo asks the bully if he really thinks he is easy to push around. Then he smiles and says a piece of trash like that is not worth provoking. Yao steps in front of Mo, arm out, and tells the bully to take his gift and leave. Both palms go up. The bully backs off, all smiles, promising he will behave. His eye narrows behind that grin. He is already picturing Yao in his arms. Mo catches it and wonders how this guy dares plan trouble for Yao. Mo locks his hands together and blue lightning crawls over his sleeves. He tells the bully to go die quietly. Yao's mom holds up a red envelope and asks her daughter who gave it. Yao leans over for a look and her mouth drops open. A thick brick of hundreds slides out of that little envelope. Chewing stops around the table. Everyone wants to know who gave that much. Yao walks to Mo with the cash and asks if it came from him. Mo's fingertips meet and pale sparks drift up between them. He waves it off, he scratches his head and calls it a little gift. Her mom says it is far too much, so she keeps one bill as a memory. She tells Yao to give the rest back to little Mo, and Yao agrees. Yao presses the envelope into his hands. Mo gives in and listens to Auntie. Her mom claps once, beaming, and tells everyone to finally start eating. The table is buried under roast chicken and salmon, and nobody waits. The bully's own friend grins and asks who said Mo brought no gift. 2 classmates trade a look and find nothing to say. The bully clenches both fists. He is sure Mo pulled this stunt on purpose. He stands up and tells everyone to eat without him, since he needs the restroom. The party keeps going behind him while he walks out of the room. The others wonder if he backed down, and one of them says to forget it and eat. Mo lifts a piece of food with his chopsticks, eyes shut, already knowing the plan. The bully hides in the restroom with his phone, grinning. He is calling in more people to start trouble and wipe out his embarrassment, and Mo saw it coming. The party is still running, and one guest jokes about coming back every day for free food. Then Hu, a gang boss, walks in with two men and shouts for the owner. The noise dies out. One guest freezes with his chopsticks still in his mouth. Yao tells them the restaurant is closed today, so they should try another shop. The sidekick calls her a pretty little sister and waves her over. Yao backs away fast. Her mother cuts in and demands to know who these men are. Hu turns and asks if the boss is around. The mother asks about their business. Hu and the sidekick laugh, then ask if the family knows who runs this street. The sidekick leans in close and says the whole street belongs to brother Hu. Hu rubs his fingers together. Anyone doing business here follows his rules. Yao's father comes out in his apron and asks what they are getting at. Hu wants 100,000 a year and then nobody will have any problems. The mother explodes. That is robbery, and this restaurant opened with a legal permit. One of the thugs grins and drags a wooden chair across the floor. A lighter flicks open and a cigarette catches fire. Hu drops into the chair, crosses his legs, and asks if they refuse to pay. The father tries to smile and says the amount is far too high for them. Hu cuts him off. One question only, and he wants a yes or a no. The mother shoves her husband aside, tells Hu to dream on, and asks if he is filming a movie. Hu smiles, drops the polite act, and orders his crew to call in every man. The guests suddenly remember urgent business. One says his dad wants him home early. Yao lets them go and tells them to be careful on the road. Then someone screams one word across the hall: cowards. The bully calls out everyone who ran and tells them never to say they know Zhou Hao. Yao repeats his name out loud, surprised that anybody stayed behind. He grabs her shoulder and promises he knows these men and can talk them down. Yao thanks him, then he adds a jab about people who hide right after handing out a red packet. A yellow glow lights up around Mo. One more sentence and he smacks him. The bully spins around with wide eyes and his jaw tight. Hu's cigarette slips off his lip. His man freezes with the phone still in his hand. Orange fire flares around Mo and floods the room. Someone calls that presence monstrous. The bully cannot even turn around. His hands shake, and Hu's reinforcements are still coming. 3 punks walk in with bats. One asks why brother Hu called them out here. Hu, the local boss, says some people here just refuse to follow his rules. The lead punk grins and asks if fixing that isn't easy. The cook and the hostess step up and ask what these guys want. A student in a white shirt cuts in and yells at them to stop. The student says the place belongs to his classmate and asks Hu not to embarrass him. Hu grabs his cheeks and asks if he is Hao, the son of the Zhou pork family. Hao says yes and begs him to help him out just this once. Hu slaps him across the face and says even his father wouldn't dare ask him for that. The hostess shouts that hitting a kid proves nothing and tells Hu to come at her. Hao sits on the floor and blurts out that Hu promised to leave once he showed up. The crowd catches it instantly and works out that the two of them planned this. The girl who owns the place turns on him and calls him despicable. Hao panics and curses himself for saying the quiet part out loud. Hu smiles, admits the deal was real, then says he feels like staying anyway. Hao folds in 1 second flat and promises to scram right now. He slips into the crowd because he still wants to watch the show from there. Hu gives the order. His brothers hear one word and start wrecking the place. A bat comes down on a table and splits it in half. The second swing turns the frame into splinters. The cook pulls the hostess behind him while the punks keep smashing. The owner stands in the falling debris and says this restaurant held all her dreams. She wanted to change, to finally stand level with Ankayue, the girl she looks up to. Then she snaps and screams that she will kill all of them. Mo holds her back and says, "Let them break it. He will make them pay 10 times over." He barely looks worried, and all he says is, "Trust me." The girl stops pulling, and with tears in her eyes, she says she trusts him. Mo rests a hand on her shoulder. In his last life, she helped him through his hardest days. This time, he protects her. Mo steps out in front of her and walks toward the noise. A punk swings again, and a voice behind him says it is time to stop. Hu turns, cigarette still burning, and asks who dares to interfere with his business. Mo tells him he is the one man here he cannot afford to offend. Hu is about to find out why. The gang boss laughs in Mo's face, and his whole crew laughs with him. Mo does not move. He wants 10 times the money and an apology to the couple. His friend from class yells at him to come back before this turns ugly. The restaurant owners cave, and the husband heads out to borrow the money. His rival from school grins in the crowd, already sure Mo is finished tonight. The boss demands a reason for all this. Mo says the reason is that he wants to. The boss screams that Mo is leaving here without an arm or a leg. Mo almost smiles. He lost count of how many times he has heard that one. The boss yells at them to go get him, and the first thug steps up with a pipe. The wife shouts that she will pay right now. The boss tells her it is too late. Mo jumps in first, and one kick lands before anyone can swing. His heel catches one jaw, then his fist puts the guy with the pipe down. The whole crew is on the ground, groaning, weapons scattered around them. A girl from his class covers her mouth and stares at what just happened. His friend cheers, shocked that Mo can fight like this. The rival sweats and asks nobody how Mo got so strong. The boss stops laughing and asks if the brat can block bullets too. Mo thinks it over, because chi refining does not stop a bullet yet. The boss reaches behind his back for whatever is under that jacket. Mo's eye locks onto the hand, and he moves first. His palm smashes the boss face first into the tiles. The boss flies backward and comes down hard. The boss starts yelling that Mo dared to hit him, then stops mid-sentence. The next hit sends his body sliding across the floor. Mo drops on him from above, one boot leading the way. Blood runs down the boss's face, and he cannot get up. Mo stands over him and says pulling a gun gets him killed right now. The boss calls him Big Brother and swears the gun was only a bluff. Mo repeats the price, 10 times the payment, plus an apology to the couple. The boss agrees to all of it and offers to kowtow on the spot. The boot moves again, and that ends the last of his arguing. Mo tells him to crawl over and say sorry, and the boss crawls. A room full of people just watched a high schooler break a whole gang. Two eyes on his knees, begging Yao for mercy and offering to pay back every bit of damage. Yao is not done yet. She wants an apology to her parents and a promise he never comes back. Hu drops his head to the floor and swears his crew will protect the restaurant from now on. Her parents wave it off, keep the promise, they say, and the 10 times payment is off the table. Hu grins through the sweat on his face and carefully asks if he can leave now. Yao closes her eyes and gives him one word, go. Hu thanks them twice and pulls his last man toward the door. Their shoes hit the tiles fast because nobody in that crew wants a second round. Mo tells Yao he has business elsewhere and to call him if trouble shows up again. Yao nods with a blush and says she understands. The Jin family estate is all carved wood and chandeliers with money in every corner. Elder Jin, the head of the house, bows low and welcomes his guest inside. Mo is already sprawled across the guest chair and tells him to skip the manners. Elder Jin's granddaughter glares. Being the guest, she says, is no excuse for rudeness. A cup of top-grade tea lands in front of Mo. He ignores it and asks what they want. She fumes about the untouched cup while her grandpa sweats through a stiff smile. Elder Jin thanks him for the talisman that pulled his wife out of a long coma. Mo lifts a hand and cuts him off. He sold, they bought. So what is the question? The question is simple. Elder Jin wants to know if this expert can cure his illness. Mo already guessed the reason behind the invite, and the old host admits it. Then comes the strange part. He tells Elder Jin to hit him with one real punch. Elder Jin plants his feet and a golden glow flares around his whole body. His fist tears forward and his eyes burn red on the swing. Mo does not blink. One punch is enough to place him as an inner realm martial artist. He answers with his eyes still closed. That illness needs one specific pill, nothing more. Elder Jin grins wide. Doctors failed him for years, so he offers half the family wealth. The granddaughter jumps in. One glance is not a diagnosis, she tells her grandpa. She calls it a flat-out lie, right to his face. Mo gives them the real answer. A broken cultivation technique wrecked his body, and an old internal injury never healed. Elder Jin confirms every word of it, and his granddaughter goes quiet. But the cure has a price. Mo tells him to drop cultivation completely, then asks if he can live with that. The Jin patriarch, a sick old master, says quitting martial arts would cost him his life. The illness has worn him down, and he cannot finish the sentence. Mo listens with his eyes shut. Nobody who tasted cultivation goes back to normal. His granddaughter argues. The old man says he is 72 and his business is built. A broken technique manual found by luck raised the whole Jin family. The patriarch cups his hands and offers up his martial arts for one cure. Mo tells him to keep his fortune. 1 million covers the spirit-nurturing pill. The granddaughter wants it now. Her grandfather says the elixir needs time. Mo admits the pill is nothing special. He needs herbs and his wallet is at zero. The patriarch offers to buy anything, exactly what Mo was fishing for. Mo hands over a list and quietly doubles every amount for his own plans. The old man asks for 2 days. Mo says call the second those herbs arrive. Then Mo asks what the patriarch knows about the martial arts states. He knows little since a broken manual taught him instead of a sect. Mo's eyes narrow. He asks whether those ancient sects still exist today. They do, hidden for generations. Mo already links the Li family to them. The martial path runs 4 levels, from the external state to the divine state. Lower ranks split again into sub-levels, climbing from basic up to pinnacle. Anyone reaching the transcendent state gets called a martial arts master. Masters are rare and monstrously strong. The divine state has stayed empty for centuries. Mo asks the patriarch where his own strength actually sits. The old man grins. He is internal state advanced, unbeaten for years. Mo compares himself. He sits at the internal pinnacle, 1 step under transcendent. Ranks do not scare him, but a divine state enemy would. So he needs power, fast. His high school gate opens on transcript day, the day the Yan family drops the engagement. Mo promises that one more insult like his last life ends the Yan family in Siadu. Inside the classroom, 2 girls swap exam panic and plan a winter break trip. A rich kid named Lin Tao mocks Mo for showing up after skipping the test. Mo drops into his seat without a word. The rich kid gets nothing back. A blonde classmate says Mo has gone quiet and handsome lately. Another classmate just watches him and says nothing at all. A guy with folded arms calls Mo useless trash, saying only a girl named Anka Yue deserves his attention. He picked the wrong day. Their form teacher taps her glasses and starts handing back the midterm papers. One boy gets praised for improving. The kid next to him dropped 5 places. She hands a sheet to a girl who took 2nd in class and 9th in the school. The top student of the class takes his, 1st in class, 3rd in the school. 2 classmates stare at that result and call it way too good. Then she reads out Mo, our main guy, last in class, last in the school, and the first kid ever to turn in a blank sheet. 2 boys crack up and shout that he is first in both rankings from the rear. One of them brings up the restaurant and asks if a guy that strong even cares about grades. The class monitress stands up and calls Mo the disgrace of class 6, dragging their average down. Mo turns and tells her she is annoying and should stop talking. She dares him to say it again. He looks her in the eye and repeats it, 1 word at a time. She runs to the teacher in tears about being bullied, and the teacher wants an apology. Mo refuses. Forfeiting the exam was his fault, but with another shot, he would beat her. A blonde classmate laughs and asks if Mo really just claimed to be better than her. The teacher pulls out a Huanggang mock paper. They compete, the loser apologizes. The room panics. That paper is 10 times harder than the national standard. The monitress folds her arms and tells him to quit now instead of embarrassing himself. Mo says there is nothing in this world he does not dare to do. Both of them take the front desks while the teacher watches. 1 hour, best score wins. 2 pens start moving across the questions at the same second. The monitress is already frowning and sweating over the first page. Mo writes without slowing down, and the class wonders why he looks so relaxed. The blonde kid calls him a poser writing garbage. A girl beside him says Mo looks confident instead. A girl at the back watches the 2 desks and says nothing. Next to her, a classmate smiles with his eyes shut, certain Mo is going to lose this one. Half an hour in, a hand sets the pen down with a flourish. Mo stands up, slides his answers forward, and asks when winter break starts. The teacher says tomorrow until the 16th of next month. He nods and walks off. The monitress blocks his way, shouting that he cannot run after wrecking the paper. Mo tells her he already finished the whole paper, and anyone who doubts it can go read it. The teacher stops at Mo's desk and asks if he already finished the paper. Mo pushes his answer sheet across the wood and lets her take it. She reads down the page. 100 questions, not one mistake. The class erupts. A girl beside him, Mo's loudest fan, says our guy is simply the best. His classmate rips the paper out of the teacher's hands and calls it impossible. Her eye stays locked on the sheet, sweat running down her cheek. She says it out loud. If Mo is trash, then she is worse than trash. Mo lets a small smile show, enjoying every second. He walks out and asks whether mortals could measure what he can do. Outside, a chant rolls over the courtyard. Somebody wants the engagement withdrawn. A pack of ants with folding fans belts the same line again, in formation. Mo would rather face 20 transcendent state masters than this squad of nosy ants. One auntie shoots a hand up and orders everybody to halt. Mo turns his head and asks who he is even dealing with. A guy in a fur-lined coat recites a family tree nobody asked for, then demands the Yan engagement be dropped. Mo blinks. None of this happened in his past life, so maybe Rebirth rewrote history. Mo asks straight whether he can really represent that family. The guy poses and says his name is Fei, and Mo may call him Young Master Fei. Fei raises a palm, calls the message delivered, and claims he is far too busy to stay. The aunts wave thick stacks of cash and cheer that it is time to go. Fei strolls off, telling Mo to look him up for the next good deal. Mo's eyes narrow. The whole circus was exactly what the Yan family planned. A girl in a purple dress runs across the plaza, calling for him to wait. Mo turns around and asks classmate Anne what the matter is. Anne stares back. She cannot work out why he treats her like a stranger now. Her mom sent her to ask where he has been because he never came home. Mo says he rented his own place and will not intrude on her family anymore, and yells after him, asking what that means, but Mo keeps walking. She calls his name again and asks why there is such a big change in him. Far from the schoolyard, a man Mo threatened is done waiting. He says Mo asked for this. An old elder asks his guest, Master Fei, to explain what he just said. Fei sips his tea and says the Yan family flat out refuses to cancel the wedding. The whole divorce farce was staged for the Li family, and Fei says Mo already gets it. Mo walks through the city and figures the Yan side only wanted his martial arts rank. He stops in the crowd. The Li family are no fools, so what do they pull next? The La family head sits with his cane while his son stands in front of him. The son tells his father that this whole mess is the Yan family's doing. The old man says more care back then would have given his line one more prodigy. With that, the Li house could have topped all 6 great families. Now Mo is a real rival. The Yan problem can wait, he decides, since that family still leans their way. The cane cracks against the floor. Nobody gets to test the family's authority. He wants Mo stripped early, starting with the Manhwa group and the Yu Yang Chen family. The son straightens up and promises to get moving on it right away. Mo sits cross-legged as golden energy curls off his body during training. His phone buzzes on the mat and his mom's photo lights up the screen. He picks up and gives her a casual, "Hey mom, what's up?" His mom stands at the window and asks where the money for a rented house came from. She folds her arms and orders him home because living out there alone worries her. Mo blames a mysterious kung fu master, then apologizes to that master in his head. Mom gives in and tells him to stay safe, and he promises he will. She brings up his Aunt May and her husband, Uncle Ann, who think he feels neglected. Mo admits May disgusts him, though Uncle Ann always looked after him and is owed for it. A villa in the western suburbs of Chaisang, inside the Yangui Hu group. A finger presses the doorbell under a plate that just reads home. His cousin Yue opens up in a yellow dress and asks if he really came. Mo says his aunt invited him for dinner, and Yue waves him inside. His aunt beams in her apron and tells Yue to keep him busy until the food is ready. Mo sprawls across their couch with his legs out, and Yue just stares at him. She admits he changed, but still calls him uneducated and beneath the guy she likes. Uncle Ann walks in from the hallway and calls out that Xiao Mo has arrived. Mo gets up straight away and greets Uncle Ann with real respect. Yu's eyes go wide. Mo never speaks to her or her mom like that, and now she wants to know why. Mo is stuck at a family dinner, and his uncle asks how his father is doing. The table is loaded with roast meat and fresh oysters. His aunt wants to know why Mo rents his own place, and his uncle starts sweating. She turns on her husband for never caring about anyone at home. Mo cuts the topic dead and tells his aunt he is done discussing it. Yue, his cousin, snaps at him to watch his attitude. His aunt sits there worried that these two will never get along. The cousin guesses her friends showed up early for a birthday party. She swings the door open and shouts both their names. Her classmates Changqian and Yan are waiting outside with a quick hello. The cousin asks why they changed the plan and skipped the cafe. Changqian says the others are already sitting in the cars. The new plan is camping and then karaoke, so the cousin runs for a jacket. She pulls on a pink coat and tells her mother they will eat out tonight. Her mother stops her and asks Mo to tag along since she worries about her. The uncle backs it up and calls it a favor for the aunt. Mo agrees, and his cousin gives him a look before telling him to move. Mo walks a few steps behind the 3 girls with his hands in his pockets. Changqian asks who he is, and the cousin says he is her dad's friend's kid. Changqian comes from money and dates the basketball captain who mocked Mo for years. Yan hides her feelings, but she used to help Mo before she vanished. Mo hangs back and thinks he would be glad if this family cut him loose. A group blocks the path, and the basketball captain has an arm around Changqian. He grins and calls Mo the abandoned test waste of the family. Mo works out that his Class 6 result could not travel this fast without help. The captain folds his arms and asks if Mo really thinks he deserves the cousin. Changqian grabs the cousin and says a deputy governor's son already claimed her. Mo steps forward and asks what they are in front of him. Mo asks if they even deserve to talk to him like that, and that question is about to cost them. Mo walks into the birthday party, and Qian, a classmate, tells Zhang that he bullied her. Zhang, the rich kid of the group, wants Mo to kneel down and apologize first. Zhang calls him crazy and promises to teach him how to be a man. Mo just stares back. Anne steps in and reminds everyone that this is a classmate's birthday. She still tells Mo to say sorry because Zhang could flatten a guy his size. Yan, another girl from their class, watches the whole argument without a word. Zhang turns and smiles at her like the two of them go way back. Yan finds that strange since he looks at her like he has known her for years. Mo drops the fight and says he lets it go for Anne's sake. Zhang fires back that his car is far too small to fit such a big god. Every other seat fills up in seconds, and one driver tells Mo to walk. Yan waves him into her car, and the girls start grilling her about it. Qian asks her straight out whether she has a crush on him. Yan goes bright red and swears she only wanted to spare him the humiliation. Qian moves Mo to the car behind, and the convoy rolls onto the highway. Behind that wheel, Yang brags about overtaking while a girl cheers him on. His sports car pulls level with a blue sedan inside the tunnel. Yang snaps that a cheap sedan has no right to be on his road. The blue car slams its brakes and Yang's eye goes huge. Yang throws his door open and screams about his baby car. He yells at the sedan's driver, a huge man in gray, to look at the damage, and the day stops being about a party. The big man reports to his boss, Master Chu, that a kid chased him over the braking. The bodyguard walks straight up to Yang and asks who he is talking to. Master Chu calls him Knife and tells him to drop it since a meeting is waiting. Knife turns his back on him and Yang shakes with anger. Yang shouts that nobody drives away without paying for that car. Mo arrives with the rest of the group and asks Yang what happened. Yang points at the sedan and says the driver wants to run now. Mo tells the others to block the road so the sedan cannot leave. Knife freezes, and the man beside him looks just as surprised. Two classmates slap their palms on the hood and hold the car in place. The cigar falls out of Master Chu's mouth. Master Chu cannot believe a few kids just rode on his head. Mo picked this fight, and he has no idea who he stopped. Knife, a bodyguard in a gray coat, gets told to open the blue sedan. He hauls a beaten young man out of the back seat by the collar. The rich kid watching this goes pale and starts a sentence he cannot finish. Chu, the local crime boss, steps forward with a cigar in his teeth. Chu asks how a kid like him even knows that name, then who he answers to. The kid answers that his father is a name everyone in town knows. Chu places the family, then tells him to get lost for his father's sake. The kid thanks him for being the bigger man and pulls his friend along. Chu's eye narrows. He let the kid walk, not the friend. The kid begs him to drop it. Chu just tells Knife to call the rest of the crew. Sweat runs down his face. Chu owns this whole underground, and the family counts for nothing. Chu names his price. The girls stay and share a drink, and the kid walks. Both of them go stiff, arms locked together, staring right at him. A van pulls up and the crew spills onto the road. The polite part is over. The friend drops to his knees and offers to pay back every cent he cost Chu. Chu says his minute is worth $1 million and asks what the guy has to lose. The friend grabs the kid's leg and begs. The kid says nothing at all. Chu wants the friend and the girls taken, and everyone else taught a lesson. The crew closes in from both sides while the friend lies flat on the asphalt. Two of them reel backwards as a figure in white shoulders past. Mo steps in front of the girls, hands in his pockets, and claims both. Chu looks the newcomer over and asks who he is supposed to be. Mo grins and tells him he is the one guy here Chu cannot afford. The cigar shifts. Chu laughs in his face. The shorter girl wonders why he always has to jump into the wind like this. The taller one asks herself how Mo plans to get out of this one. Chu jabs a finger at him and asks one more time who he actually is. Mo repeats it word for word and asks the boss if he is deaf. The kid and his friend panic, certain that Chu will kill him for that. Chu stops laughing and tells the crew to take Mo down, and nobody on that road expects him to get back up. Two of the boss's thugs charge in, one swinging a wild haymaker. Mo, our main guy, answers with one gold slash and both men fold. Chu, the gang boss chewing a cigar, waves the rest of his crew in. 8 more sprint down the walkway at him, screaming that he should go to hell. Mo does not move. His face stays flat while they close the gap. The golden light goes off again and the whole bridge lights up. All of them end up on the ground, groaning about broken ribs and wrecked hands. Chu cannot believe his own men lasted less than a full minute. Mo just dusts off his jacket, not even breathing hard after that. The schemer who ordered this beating admits Mo could drop a dozen men. Knife, the ex-Special Forces muscle Chu hired, steps up and asks to handle it. Knife walks over and promises the kid will regret ever meeting him. Mo tilts his head down and lets the big man finish talking. Then Mo asks flat as ever if those were his last words. Knife's eye goes bloodshot at that. He tells Mo he wants to die. Blue energy explodes off Knife, and veins pop out across his skull. Chu grins around his cigar because Knife has gotten stronger again. Knife launches forward with a scream, and everything behind him blurs. Mo catches the fist in his palm, and the punch stops dead. Knife's eyes roll white, and blood sprays out between his teeth. Mo's expression has not changed once this entire fight. Knife sails backward across the walkway with his arms hanging loose. Mo's leg is still up from the kick that sent him there. Chu drops his cigar and yells that he paid real money for that guy. The schemer starts sweating and calls himself an idiot for picking this fight. The heiress next to him says raw force is nothing next to money in this era. Her friend is not listening. She just wants to marry a man like that. Knife crawls back holding a broken arm and calls Mo a legendary martial artist. Chu goes pale and sweat runs straight down his temple. Chu changes tone and offers Mo $100,000 a month to guard him. The schemer nearly chokes because carrying that name is worth more than the pay. Mo asks whether the offer is supposed to be an insult. Chu stops smiling, pulls a pistol, and asks if the kid has ever fired one. The crowd screams that he has a gun and starts calling it over. The barrel points at Mo's chest, and Mo tells him to drop it and kowtow. One of Mo's eyes burns red, and he offers to let Chu keep his life. Chu, the man with the revolver, laughs and asks where Mo gets his confidence. A girl beside them, his friend, begs Mo to give up before this turns deadly. Mo can't stop a bullet yet. He still has plenty of ways to kill Chu first. His phone rings. Mo asks for a minute, and Chu grants him his last words. On the line, a voice reports that the medicine he ordered is finally ready. The caller is Miss Tu, a client's granddaughter, and she wants her grandfather treated. Mo says he is free but stuck for a while. She offers to sort out the problem. He tells her a man named Chu is aiming a gun at him and needs handling first. Chu takes the phone and sneers, asking who a school kid could possibly invite. He jerks it away from his ear as the voice screams about an honored court guest. Chu recognizes Miss Tu's voice, and the sweat starts running down his face. Miss Tu spells it out. That high school kid is her grandfather's guest. Chu stares up at Mo and stammers about Mr. Kim's guest. Mo smiles a little and asks if he can please have his phone back now. Chu's eye bulges wide and he blurts out, "Yes, yes, yes, yes." He hands the phone over with both hands and begs to be spared for his blindness. Miss Tu says she scolded Chu, asks Mo to let him live, and sends a car over. Mo tells him to drop the groveling because that face looks genuinely weird. The onlookers cannot process it. Chu Wenxiang just apologized to a student. One of them, nose still bleeding, asks who he is and where the rhythm went. Mo turns to the girls and tells them to go ahead. He has work to do. His friend starts to protest, but the other girl cuts her off with "let's go." The whole group takes off down the street toward a parked car. At the mansion, an older man in a brown tunic bows and calls him Master Chen. Mo walks in and finds a low table piled high with medicinal herbs. He looks over the plate and says the quality of the batch is good. Miss Tu offers to buy more equipment like a Dan stove. Mo asks who told her that. She read it in novels. A better furnace makes stronger pills, right? Mo balances the plate flat on one palm and says a pair of hands is all he needs. No furnace, no fire. Mo refines a pill inside a glowing spirit formation. With no furnace and bare hands, he fires the herbs out and flame off his palm swallows everyone. The ingredients spin in the circle and melt into one clean mass. Mo holds up the Pei Yuan Dan recipe and checks his work. Golden pills pop out of the light. The batch worked. Sweat runs off him. At one level of qi condensation, only his old alchemy skill carried this. His client walks in, an old man in brown with Yun. the granddaughter who hired Mo. Mo holds out one gold pill and tells the elder to swallow it. The old man cups it with wet eyes, shaking like it costs a house. He knocks it back. Yun asks her grandpa how he feels. Nothing happens at first, then golden energy pours off him. Yun asks whether the pill even works. Mo tells her to wait. One eye snaps open and the sickness is gone out of it. The elder stands up cured, his martial arts now at the peak of the inner realm. He bends into a deep bow and asks Mo to accept his obeisance. Mo waves it off. The deal was pill for money. He hands over a sheet that patches the family cultivation method. The elder reads the page, cries, and calls Mo a nice guy twice. Then he drops flat onto his knees. Yun shouts at her grandpa. The old man barks at Yun to get down and thank Mo properly. She kneels and gives thanks for the whole Jin family. Tears run down his face. That manual becomes a family legacy. Mo does not move. That method makes the elder a transformation master in 3 years, so knees are cheap. Mo heads for the door and tells them to wire the payment to his card. He walks off down the hallway and never looks back. Yun cannot believe one look fixed her grandpa. She is no martial artist, the elder says, so real fear of Mo is lost on her. He orders her to warn the family that nobody offends Mr. Chen, and anyone who tries leaves the Jin house. Her father worries him most. One more day like this and the old man drops his own son. Over the city towers, Yun adds a 0 to the transfer and the Jin family still counts it cheap. Mo, our main guy, walks home under the streetlights and tells the caller he is fine. He lowers the phone, surprised that Morong's mother asked for his number to check on him. He steps through his front door and reminds himself he needs practice time. He sits cross-legged on the bed. 5 more days put him at the 2nd level of qi condensation. A ringtone cuts through the room. An unknown number is calling this late. Mo picks up and asks the caller who this is. A woman gives her name, Yan, his fiancée. She landed in Shaisong and wants a pickup. Our guy melts into a puddle of question marks. Nobody gave her that number, and he has no clue what her family wants. At the airport, a woman in sunglasses and fur strides out, while another woman hauls her suitcase. The one with the luggage is her big sister Sang Sang, who warns that leaving the family guards is risky. Sang Sang already regrets going along with her little sister's crazy plan. Mo spots them across the terminal, waves, and calls out to Miss Yan. Yan announces she never judges by appearance, then calls her fiancé a bit too common. He just blinks at her. She notices he carries himself like someone much older and doubts he is an uneducated kid. She orders him to take her to his place. Mo agrees on the spot, and that word costs him his evening. He rolls the suitcase inside and asks if they booked no hotel at all. Song Song informs him the lady will be living under his roof. Then she goes red and yells that hotels are not safe. Yan says nothing. She jabs a finger at him. Guarding the lady in Shaisong is now his job. Mo takes the whole speech standing still, sweat running down his temple. He gives up the bedroom to both of them and offers to sleep outside. Veins pop on Sang Song's forehead, while Yan slips off her sunglasses and apologizes. Mo drags the luggage in and thanks his luck for a 1-bedroom, or he would be out in the courtyard. Sang Sang heads out to buy supplies and leaves a warning on the way. If she hears he bullied the lady, she will kill him. Mo swears he is not that kind of guy. One more rule follows. He stays with Miss until she returns because plenty of people want her sister hurt. Yan waves her sister off and says she trusts his character. Mo keeps his face flat and admits his quiet life is over. He offers water. Yan already drank on the highway. He answers okay. The two of them stand apart and neither finds a single word. Yan replays the rumors from Playboy to the exam. He walked out of halfway and decides he is not her match. She still sleeps in his apartment tonight. Mo folds his arms and works out his next problem. The jade feeding his spirit formation is nearly drained. Good jade is hard to find, so he decides to ask his apprentice, an old man in yellow robes, and teach him some proper Taoism. Then he glances at the Yan family heiress standing right beside him. He tells himself fate changed a little when he was reborn. He cannot predict this future, and that bothers him. The heiress asks if he is curious why she showed up out of nowhere. Mo just asks what she wants. She looks away and says she does not really know. She only refuses to let anyone else steer her fate. Mo answers that whole confession with one word. He tells her to drink. Both of them go silent. Her face turns red while Mo stands there like furniture. She grinds her teeth and writes him off as hopeless at talking. Mo just blinks a question mark back. Night settles over the estate with the moon half buried in cloud. A short-haired girl leans around the doorframe and pulls a sour face at him. Mo sits cross-legged on the bed and meditates while she watches from the hallway. She huffs and slams the sliding doors shut. Mo's eyes open. He is listening to the yard now, not to her. He walks out alone down the stone steps, leaves drifting through the lamplight. Mo stops in the open and tells whoever is out there to quit hiding and show up. 5 masked men land around him with swords strapped to their backs. A blade slides in flat against the back of his neck. The tall one compliments the boy for spotting them that fast. The Yan family bodyguard sprints in and tells Mo to guard the miss while she takes all 5 herself. She rounds on the masked men and demands to know who sent them. They laugh her off and agree to finish her and the boy first, then enjoy the first beauty of the summer capital. Her answer is a straight punch, and she tells them to keep dreaming. One of them praises her cultivation and says a girl her age has a long future ahead. Then the whole group jumps her at once, and he adds that she has no future at all. 2 of them crash through her guard and knock her clean off her feet. She skids over the stones and catches herself on one hand. Sweat runs down her face. She counts 5 peak Outer Realm fighters and screams her question again. A masked man drives his fist at her head and tells her to ask Hades in the underworld. She yells at Mo to grab the lady and run for the Yan house while she holds the line. Her eye goes wide as a blur cuts past her shoulder. Mo catches that falling fist in his bare hand and stops it cold. The bodyguard just told the wrong person to run. Mo drives a pale blade into the closest assassin and the man flies off his feet. The weapon cracks apart from the force and the broken half spins away. Mo pushes off the stone with an open hand and goes straight at the next one. One of them calls Mo Inner Realm and orders an immediate withdrawal. Another refuses to believe it, since the guy dropping them still looks like a teenager. 3 of them crouch low and get ready to run for the wall. Mo watches them from across the yard and tells them nobody is leaving tonight. He swings the white blade at the nearest runner and catches him in the air. One assassin turns and his eyes go wide behind the mask. 2 of the big ones spot it coming and freeze where they stand. A third steps up behind them and all 3 face Mo together. A single eye narrows through the slit in the hood. The biggest one plants his feet and throws himself forward. Moments later, he is down on all 4s on the wet stone. He asks who Mo actually is and why he keeps meddling in Yan family business. Mo stands under the moon and says he owes nobody an explanation. Then he asks the only thing he wants, the name of whoever sent them. No answer comes. The assassin's arms slide flat across the tiles. Mo works out that the man swallowed poison instead of talking. He asks the maid, Sang Song, who is burning money on killers like these. Too many people want the lady dead, she says. The bodies still bother him. Sang Song tells him a cleanup crew is already on the way. Whoever paid for this will never let their name reach daylight, so Mo walks off past the corpses. Sunrise comes up over the tiled roofs and red maples of the estate. Sang Song stands in the hallway with no color left in her face. The lady asks why she looks so pale. Sang Song blames the cold and says it will pass. Mo strolls in with breakfast like the yard was not full of bodies a few hours ago. He hands Sang Sang a Pei-Yuan Dan and tells her it will do her good. She thanks him. Mo lifts a bag off the table and says he has to head out for a while. Sang Sang stops him at the door and tells him to take the lady with him. The lady's face drops, and she asks why she has to follow him anywhere. She is not going to like the answer. Mo, our main guy, walks in on a setup. The bodyguard rubs her head and claims she feels too sick to work today. Her sister, the woman crashing in Mo's apartment, catches the excuse right away. The house guest closes her eyes and decides she will simply follow Mo around instead. Mo hates the idea. He wants to go out on business, and she would drag trouble straight into it. 2 bowls of tea steam on a low wooden table. The old man across the table, who calls Mo his master, asks if that woman is his mother. Mo sprays his mouthful of tea across the room. His house guest jerks back. Red in the face, he coughs and says she is only a friend. She repeats those words back, unimpressed. The old man lets it go and asks what his master actually wants from him. Mo admits he rushed off last time and never explained much of anything. The old man raises both hands and bows deep. Watching a grandpa salute a teenager, the house guest finds it painfully awkward. She waves the pair off and wanders away to look around the place. Mo finally asks the old man what he should call him. The old man joined a Taoist temple at 11, and he goes by Songzi. Mo holds out a training manual and gives him 3 days to reach the first stage of Qi. Clear that bar and the old man becomes a formal disciple. He takes the book and bows in thanks. Blue ki erupts around Mo and his eyes burn red. "Reveal his kung fu," he warns, "and your soul gets scattered." Sweating through his beard, the old man swears his life belongs to Mo from now on. Mo barely blinks and tells him to get up. Turns out Mo burned through his last piece of jade, so he asks if any is left here. The old man says the rest sits in a black water pool on Mount Lingwu, guarded by ferocious demons. He suggests an auction first since it might carry exactly what Mo needs. Those demons are wild beasts that soaked up spiritual essence and grew clever. Mo needs the second stage of qi before he can kill one. Mo tells him to schedule the auction as soon as possible and gets a bow in return. The old man has a favor to ask. Mo tells him to say it. He wants to follow his master from now on and serve him full time. Mo winces because two troublemakers already share his one-room apartment. Still, he tells the old man to wait until the auction is finished and earns a grateful bow. Lightning cracks over the city skyline that night. Rain hammers the roof of a walled courtyard house. A hand presses flat on the gate right beside the heavy metal ring. A huge stranger steps into view with red glowing eyes. Whoever lives behind that gate is about to have a very bad night. Mo, our main guy, is flat on the couch, groaning that it never ends. The house bodyguard stops him at the door. She fights first, and he only steps in if she loses. Rain floods the courtyard. An old man waits by the steps with his back turned. The bodyguard goes pale and names him. Rainless sits at the peak of the inner realm. She asks why a cultivator who could step into the transformation realm is standing in their yard. Rainless says a man who never takes that step ends up as dust, and he is short on years. He wants to borrow one thing from the Yan family and trade it to a certain little girl. The bodyguard offers it up front. If her lady owns it, she hands it over with both hands. Rainless tells her the lady is definitely holding it. Her eye narrows. She wants to know who invited him here tonight. The terms impressed him, he says. Now he has to swing at an ordinary girl with this old face. She turns to Mo. They lose this fight, so he should grab Miss and run. Mo looks bored and asks what conditions got an old master this excited. Rainless wants a way into the Void Mountain. Walk back out alive and you become a patriarch. The bodyguard repeats both words like she misheard them. Mo asks for the location. Rainless says they tell him after the job. Our guy stops on that one word. They? Who exactly are they? No comment, he says. He rolls his shoulders and tells them to get going. Rainless snaps forward and drives his hand at her throat. His fingers clamp her neck. She swore she could resist him for a while. Rainless lifts her by the skull and she cannot land a single hit. Her eyes squeeze shut. She apologizes to her miss for losing. Her eye flicks open. She is still breathing and she does not understand why. Rainless is back on his own feet in the rain with nothing to say. He never expected the kid to block him. Mo offers him his life for a name. Light detonates off the stone wall behind Mo and washes the yard white. Mo stands in the rain while laughter rolls across the courtyard. Rainless tips his chin up, mouth wide open under the downpour. Nobody has talked to him like that since he started cultivating. Mo is the first. Rainless smiles through the rain and promises Mo will also be the last. The rain is still falling when the old fighter drops on Mo from above. Mo turns into the attack and drops low, sliding under the swinging arm. Their fists meet in the middle and the courtyard goes white with force. Mo lands clean, one hand closed, not a single mark on his green shirt. The old fighter skids backwards through the rain with both arms flung wide. He screams that nobody reaches this peak, not even training from birth. Then he decides that cutting Mo open will hand him the same secrets. Mo tells him he lacks the skill for that and calls him old trash. Gold and blue light wraps around both of the old fighter's hands. Dozens of glowing palms bloom behind him, his cloud-destroying hands. A student watching from the side says he was famous in the Northwest 10 years back. The palms close in on Mo from every angle while he stands still. Mo catches the first hit barehanded and sparks burst off his fingers. He tears through the swarm while the old fighter jumps clear above him. The old fighter demands to know how anyone blocks that technique. Mo answers that his experiment is complete, which was not the question. His own chi is only minor inner realm, but its quality matches a peak master. Mo asks himself what the result is, and he is already smiling about it. He crosses his arms and calls out the Tianquan Divine Fist, first form. One eye burns gold under his hair as he names the move Mountain Break. A giant golden axe of energy swings down out of the sky at the old fighter. The old fighter shouts that he has never seen this martial art before. He puts both fists up anyway and yells that he will fight Mo. The old fighter clenches his teeth as the light comes down on him. The blade splits his face open in the middle of his scream. His eye rolls dull and stops tracking anything at all. Mo stands in the rain while blood sprays past the golden edge. The student clamps a hand over her mouth to trap the sound. Mo admits his control is poor at the first level of chi condensation, and he wanted the man alive for questions. The Liu family mansion sits in the sun, home of one of the 6 great families. A Liu heiress asks whether the woman from the Yan family really travels with an inner realm master. The man she calls Uncle Wu says only a grandmaster kills that fighter in one move. She never expected protection like that and asks if killing the Yan woman is impossible now. Uncle Wu says yes, since their family has no master at all. Uncle Wu offers 2 roads. They can buy the mystery master or hit him while he is away from her. Her palm slams the table hard enough to rattle the wood. She orders Uncle Wu to help because the Yan woman must never reach Xiadu alive, and the master they want bought or buried is Mo. Sidu and the Nangong estate is having a bad morning. The Nangong heir, grandson of the family head, admits their hired men all failed. His grandfather growls that Ching Ching, the Yan heiress, has a powerful protector. The heir says they should buy an inner realm martial artist or a real master. Nonsense, his grandfather snaps. A martial artist has pride and ignores invites. The heir flops on the bed bawling, threatening to leave home unless he gets the heiress. The old man folds. That marriage would keep the Nangong name on top. At the Yan house, her father wants Ching Ching home since assassins tried for her. Her grandfather stays calm because a mysterious master wiped those killers out. The father in glasses works it out. Mo travels with a martial arts master. Stroking his beard, the old man wants the 2 youngsters kept close. Meanwhile, the treasure hall opens, the biggest casino in Shaisong. Mo strolls in with his old servant, a rich young miss, and her assistant. The miss whines that shopping beat following Mo. Her assistant begs her to listen. The servant sold his house and everything he owned to serve Mo. 3 days to pull C into the body earns praise. Mo tells him to say, "Young master now." This is the largest gambling house in Jianye County and only tycoons play here. Mo scans the crowd and admits a few of them are not bad. Another group reaches the doors because the auction starts soon. A girl says this is a rich people game and her wallet cannot play. A blonde guy in a suit, an heir of the Lin family, says looking costs nothing. Her eyes go wide at the Lin name, the first family in Linzhou. Someone points across the floor, surprised to spot Mo by the far wall. The Lin heir laughs that a country bumpkin cannot afford this game. One of the girls asks what Mo is even doing in a place like this. Her shoes clatter over the wood as she runs at him calling his name. Mo recognizes Yanner, a girl he knows who came along to watch the fun. Mo says no. He wants 2 raw stones as a New Year present for his dad. A voice behind him asks whether he showed up here on his own. The Lin heir asks if Mo can even pay, since 1 rock here feeds a family for life. Mo's old classmate tells Lin Tao, the loudest guy there, to watch his mouth. He says he only told the truth. Then Yan, his fiancée on paper, walks in with her assistant and asks if his classmates are always this loud. Lin Tao forgets every insult he just threw. He gapes at her and calls her a goddess. The girls stare just as hard. One asks out loud how Mo ever met a woman like that. Mo is not impressed. He knows Yan only turns up where she can stir the pot. His old classmate steps in front of her and asks who she even is. She hooks his arm and announces she is his fiancée, then asks why he never mentioned her. Lin Tao's jaw drops. The word fiancé comes out of him as a scream. 2 of the girls go white. The Huz pile up around the table. His old classmate points at the pair and asks if it is real. Mo says the contract was already withdrawn. The classmate repeats the withdrawn part and her mouth curls into a smile. Yan kills that hope fast. Nobody but her decides what happens to her marriage contract. Lin Tao finally matches the face to the name. He yells that she is the most beautiful woman in Xiadu. Another classmate points at Mo from the dark and calls him a country bumpkin, then says he is waiting to watch him die. Yan makes it so much worse. She tells the room she already lives with Mo, and his whole face locks up. The hall gasps as one. Silhouettes turn toward them from every table. Her assistant snaps and asks how a young lady can say that out loud. Mo barely moves an eyebrow. He knows she is not saying it because she means it. His old classmate asks him straight whether the living arrangement is true. Yan squeezes his arm and asks why she would ever need to lie. Mo tells them to ignore her because she is only crashing at his place for now. He warns her that more trouble buys a ticket back to Xiadu. Yan dares him to try it. Mo cuts it short, tells them to enjoy the party, and walks out. An old servant catches up beside him and offers to teach the three loudmouths a lesson. Mo waves it off. The servant calls him generous, and their shoes keep moving. A voice calls out for Mr. Chen behind him. Mo stops and turns around. A guest in a fur collar clasps his hands and says, "Meeting him here is a real pleasure." Mo gives him almost nothing back and calls it quite a coincidence. The guest grins to himself. Mo cured Master Jin's illness and won the old man's favor. And this guest insulted him once. Now he wants that debt wiped clean, and he is about to learn what Mo charges. The construction tycoon hosting Mo asks if he can read gambling stones too. Mo takes the job with a grin, because nobody turns down easy money. The speakers announce that the Jumbo Hall Stone betting tournament starts now. The tycoon waves him toward the auction floor before the lots open. Across the lobby, a guest recognizes the tycoon and says his name out loud. Two girls watch him pass. One tenses up, the other says Mo keeps him polite. Buyers in suits pack the rows and wait for the first lot. The hall owner spreads his arms and sets each raise at 10,000. The tycoon drops into his seat with his legs crossed, Mo right beside him. Four young women watch the stage from the middle rows. The tycoon says the owner outranks him top 10 in construction. Two shirtless workers haul the first stone out. Bidding opens at 500,000. The richest man in the city calls 550,000. The Lin heir, front row and board, pushes it straight to 600,000. Mo asks how rich the Lin family is. "Their money is normal," says the tycoon. The heir sits beside a silent old man while a faint blue glow runs over them. Mo decides their famous heritage is a small form of inner strength. A bearded guest laughs that the rock is all size with nothing inside it. The tycoon leans in and calls him a local bully and his own business rival. Mo's eyes flare gold while he studies that man from across the hall. A shadow rises behind the rival. Mo reads him as a gates of hell practitioner. The hall owner snaps back and threatens to throw the rival out of the auction. The rival only smiles and says the cut will answer everything. The Lin heir asks if that means he has no eye and calls the price pocket change. A hanger-on brags to the girls that his Lin family owns the whole room. The real Lins sit inside while he stands outside. Nobody in that family counts him. The tycoon asks Mo about the rock. Mo shrugs so the Lins can keep it. The heir tells the owner to cut it. The owner curses the rival for killing his price. The blade opens the stone. Gray chunks scatter and there is no green anywhere. The heir grinds his teeth. 600,000 bought him a pile of gravel. The rival tells him that ignoring an old man's advice always costs money. The owner rolls out the second stone and opens it at 1 million. The real fight starts here. The rival calls good color inside and bids 2 million without opening his eyes. Two buyers argue over that confidence. One of them says to sit back and watch. The heir refuses to believe him and pushes it to 2,010,000. The rival hands the lot over with a smile, and that smile is the bad part. The owner shouts for the cut, and nobody in the hall knows what that shell is hiding. The opened rock shows a blue gem inside worth about 2 million. A voice tells Shu, the rival bidder, that he brought good people tonight. Shu calls it luck. Chu, the man beside Mo, mutters that Shu came prepared for this one. The auctioneer wipes his forehead and starts the fifth rock at 1. Shu cuts him off, calls the jade inside 800,000 and offers that. The auctioneer turns purple, wishing he could shoot Shu for 3 days straight. Mo, our main guy, barely moves in his seat. He calls out 1 million. Two guests in the crowd freeze with their mouths hanging open. Three people who know Mo turn around, stunned that this scum bid 1 million. One of the girls reminds them Mo always said buying stones takes real money. The young man with them calls Mo a liar and swears he will expose him. Chu leans over and asks if Mo wants this stone. Mo says it is a must-have. Shu laughs and calls it plain jade, nowhere near worth 1 million. He asks Mo to do him a favor and hand it over. Mo answers with silence. The crowd whispers about the boy's background and how he gave Shu no face. Chu snaps at Shu to raise his price or get out with the nonsense. Shu sweats and backs off, saying he only yields for Chu's sake. An old man in a purple robe leans in while Shu still fumes. The auctioneer calls 1 million once, twice, and then a third time. Shu breaks his own word, shouts that he cannot let it go, and bids 1.5 million. Mo does not even open his eyes and raises it to 2 million. Shu jumps out of his seat and asks if the boy is really going against him. Chu fires back, calls Shu a dog, and puts up 3 million himself. Shu roars that no Chu dog scares him and pushes it to 4 million. The guests wonder if the rock holds jade at all or a real gem. Mo lifts an open hand with 5 fingers spread and says 5 million. The auctioneer clasps his hands and repeats 5 million with a grin. Shu grinds his teeth and gets one word out before he stops. He calls Mo little brother and says, "Good, very good, so rich and powerful." The auctioneer throws his arms wide and asks for any more bids. A young man from Shu's row raises a hand and says, "Wait a minute, Mo's easy win just found a new problem." Lin Tao, the rich kid up front, sneers that a broke student has no real money. The auction host leans over and warns Mo that the room doubts his wallet. His backer, the man in the fur collar, snaps that Mo is his client. Mo slides a bank card over, 10 million on it, password 6 zeros. The guests repeat that number and choke. He gave out the password too. His old servant decides the young master is simply above caring about money. The host spreads his arms and offers to run the card himself. Lin Tao asks his friend if Mo is broke. The friend has known him 3 years. The host comes back with a finger raised. The card holds 10 million. Lin Tao grabs his friend by the shirt and calls him a liar to his face. 2 girls wonder where Mo found that money. One says Lin Tao earned this. A girl further back is sure Mo is sitting on a pile of secrets. The woman he lives with plans to move him into a bigger house once they get home. Mo, seen from behind, tells them to cut the stone right here. The host grins wide and is happy to run the blade on site. The rock opens on a red crystal with a blood diamond inside, worth 200 million. His backer begs for help with his own stone. Mo sees a rock full of fire energy. The host warns the guests that someone called good rocks worthless, then bought them cheap. A bearded guest groans that Mr. Shu, their trusted stone advisor, played them all. Lin Tao lowers his head and promises Mr. Shu he will remember this account. The host thanks Mo for exposing the plot and promises him a gift afterwards. His backer warns the host not to be cheap. The host swears he is never stingy. Mo flips the blood diamond away and tells his old servant to hold it. The guests go pale watching a fortune fly. He hands it off that easily. A girl in the crowd turns red and decides Mo is the only real man here. The woman he lives with pictures how that blood diamond would look on her. The host throws his arms wide and calls for the 6th stone. Nobody believes Mr. Shu now. His backer keeps asking Mo which rock to buy. The host announces the 17th stone of the night. Mo lifts a hand and bids 5 million. He already knows what is buried in that rock. The room turns when Mo throws in a bid, and half the buyers pile in behind him. Jia, the auction boss, giggles into his hands while the price climbs from 6 million to 30. Shu, the loudest bidder in the hall, throws an arm up and yells that there is green inside. The cracked stone sits under the lights and the crowd prices it at under 10 million. Shu screams loud enough to shake the ceiling once he does the math on his own rock. Mo keeps his eyes shut and thinks that wood spirit jade never goes to the fattest wallet. The announcer thanks everyone and calls the stone gambling auction finished. Jia waves Mo backstage before the hall has even emptied out. A local dealer asks whether Jia is really walking Mo into his private warehouse. The doors open on shelves of raw stones running the whole length of the room. The dealer stares down the aisle and blurts out that this is far too much stock. Jia tells Mo to pick any 3 stones here and keep them for free. The dealer warns that Mo will take the 3 best pieces, and Jia laughs that he will never regret it. Jia drops the polite act and admits he wants a favor in return. In a few days, he has a deal with some friends, and he wants Mo standing beside him for it. Mo agrees on the spot, and Jia cups his hands and thanks him twice. He walks the aisle alone and reads shelf after shelf of rough stone. A woman in Jia's group doubts he can find the good ones, while Jia is just curious. Mo points at 3 plain stones and asks Jia to cut them open right now. All 3 come apart green, and the crowd decides Mo guessed wrong this time. Jia praises his eye, and the dealer notes that Mo went easy on Jia's wallet. The old man in Mo's group answers yes and gets ready to move out. Mo smiles and heads for the exit with his 3 pieces packed away. The group crosses the hall, and this is where the night actually starts. Mo stops in the middle of the crowd and the smile is gone from his face. Shu blocks the way and tells him to leave the blood diamond behind. The dealer snaps that this is Shaizong, not Roof, and robbery does not fly here. Jia stops smiling and tells Shu straight that this breaks the auction rules. Shu answers that the kid annoyed Master Wang, so the rules can wait. The dealer laughs in his face and asks who he thinks he is bluffing. A pair of shoes steps onto the floor behind them, slow and heavy. A man in purple robes asks who else in Jianye County dares use the name Master Wang. The dealer and Shu go stiff at the same time because the man walking in is Master Wang, the ghost handler this county bows to. Wang orders Mo to hand the blood diamond over since a mortal has no business holding it. Shu stares at the purple robe in front of him and cannot push out a full sentence. The dealer flips sides instantly and begs Mo to give the stone up since Wang's power is beyond anything they can picture. Mo only looks mildly curious and asks whether this Master Wang is really that strong. The answer comes quick. Wang runs a house for spirit work and catches ghosts for money. People here gave him one nickname, the Ghost, and his smile widens while they say it. Mo offers a trade of his own. Wang can have the diamond in exchange for his life. Wang drops the calm act and promises to make the kid's death happen today. Wang crushes a talisman in his fist and yellow fire burns through his fingers. A red spirit tears out of that light and rises behind him, twice his height. Mo stands still while the crowd around him starts screaming. Wang points across the floor and orders the thing to eat the boy's soul. The ghost drops onto all fours and charges, mouth already open. Mo turns his head toward the noise without stepping back. The dealer and Shu run for it, yelling that the ghost is real. Two women near the front flinch, and one grabs the other's arm to hold her back. The old man from Mo's group jumps into the gap with his fist up and shouts that he will fight it. The ghost catches that arm in the air and clings to it. The old man's eye goes wide and sweat runs down his temple. He shouts at his young master to watch out. The ghost is already past him with its claws out for Mo. Mo raises two fingers and asks the leftover soul how it dares run wild. He shuts his eyes and calls thunder down on it. A white bolt drops through the hall and hits the ghost dead center. Wang lands on his knees and begs forgiveness, calling Mo a heavenly master. Mo tells him he raised ghosts into a plague and killed too many innocent people to be spared. Wang screams once as the lightning takes him apart. A man in the crowd yells that this kid summoned thunder and killed Master Wang like it was nothing. One of the men in the hall drops flat on the floor and swears Wang forced him into the whole thing. The dealer and Shu go straight from robbery to worship and call Mo a heavenly master come down. Mo waves all of it off. He says he is no celestial master, just an immortal who picked up a bit of Taoism. That answer is going to travel a lot further than he wants. The host and the manager bow to Mo and call him a living immortal. The lady in the crowd asks if he is still human. Her bodyguard guesses thunder arts. Mo spares the beaten challenger once, then names the price, 50 million by sundown. He also has to leave Shaisong for good, or Mo takes his life. The challenger, still on his knees, screams that he agrees on the spot. A pair of hands starts clapping in the hall, praising the whole show. A young master steps out with his old servant and calls the thunder art an eye-opener. He tells Wubo, his old guard, that he called it. Wubo praises him for it. The host moves in front of them and asks what the young master actually wants. The young master smiles and says he has no interest in offending a master. He only wants to buy a beautiful woman a drink, and his eyes are on the lady. The bodyguard answers for her lady with two words, "Get lost." That only makes him laugh. Two little beauties at once sounds even better. Mo tells the bodyguard to show him how much she has improved. She agrees. She throws a glowing punch and says nobody reaches her lady without passing her. The young master tells Wubo to be careful with the girl. Wubo knows what he is doing. Wubo blocks every strike and calls her decent for the minor inner realm. Then his eye flares white and he stops holding back. His open palm lands on her shoulder and throws her backwards. She grabs her chest and grits her teeth through the pain. Wubo says only the young master's mercy kept that hit from killing her. Mo tells her she is still too weak. She admits it and hands the fight over. The young master warns that interfering makes him an enemy of the Lin family. Mo answers that the entire Lin family is a nest of ants to him. That does it. The young master screams at Uncle Wu to kill him. Wubo charges in screaming. Mo raises one hand and calls it killing a chicken, one pointed finger, and the old man's back erupts with light. Wubo howls as lightning tears through him and drops him. The young master cannot believe an inner realm fighter folded that fast. Mo ignores the shock in the room and announces whose turn it is now. The young master begs off, saying the Lin family will hunt him forever. Mo says the punishment today is a pair of broken legs. The young master drops to his knees. Suddenly Mo is his brother, and Lin cash is offered. Mo's eye burns red, and he tells him it is too late for begging. The Lin family is about to get the bill. The leg bends the wrong way and the bone snaps clean through the skin. The blonde Lin heir throws his head back and screams the whole hall down. Mo, our main guy, never even turns around. He just stands there in the light. The heir lies face down on the floor, shaking and cannot push himself up. He still spits out a threat that his Lin family will never let this go. Two guests whisper that Mo is not a man to touch, better to feed him than fight him. Night drops over a big modern house under a full moon. A hand pulls the front door open. The landlord moved two girls in with Mo. Mo steps inside with his eyes shut and says he finally gets some decent time. 4 rough jade stones sit on the wooden table, still uncut. Mo walks over to them. These stones take him to the second level of chi condensation. Upstairs, his housemate sits on the bed with her phone, hunting for an excuse. She wants that blood diamond cut into a ring, and she is already grinning. The moon climbs over the trees and the house goes quiet. Mo's eyes snap open and glow gold in the dark. Golden light wraps him while he sits cross-legged. The second level is done. He drops the golden body art of his past life, too expensive for a world this barren, and starts a body-refining technique instead. Morning lands on a table packed with dumplings and hot shrimp porridge. Both housemates shove food at him and swear Song Song cooked every dish. The old man beside him drains a whole bowl while the girl next to him just stares. Then his housemate smiles sweetly and asks Mo to lend her the blood diamond. Mo keeps chewing and gives her one word back: eating. Across town, the first family in Linso is not eating this calmly. The heir rolls in with both legs wrapped and swears he will ruin Mo for it. The head of the house, the Lin patriarch, hears all of it without moving. His elders push him to answer the grudge or the family loses face forever. The patriarch orders his men to handle Mo's backer and take Shaisong for the family. The hall shouts yes back at him while he sits alone in the wide chair. 3 days later, a round table fills up with quiet men in dark suits. Mo's backer, a boss in a fur collar, says an inner realm killer comes for him tonight. The hired instructor from the southern school scoffs that a kid should not be sitting here. The boss calls Mo's thunder unfathomable. The instructor calls it a cheap trick. A white-bearded elder beside Mo goes red in the face at that. His housemate says the instructor only wants to humiliate Mo to build his own name. The tall clock strikes the hour with one heavy chime. A silver-haired Lin enforcer walks in smiling and asks the boss if he really plans to refuse. The local boss begs for mercy, saying he gave up a third of his land already. The Lin envoy answers that the guest who crippled the Lin heir sits at this table. Sweat runs down the boss while Mo watches from his seat. The boss's bodyguard stands up to test how strong the envoy really is. The envoy warns him about making the Lin family an enemy, and the bodyguard asks if they even qualify. The envoy blurs forward and swears he will drop the bodyguard, then the boss. Both men leave the floor and their kicks smash together in midair. The old elder at Mo's side asks who wins, since the two look dead even. Mo throws it back. Without much thought, the elder picks the bodyguard. Mo calls that wrong. The bodyguard only just reached the inner realm, and arrogance will finish him inside 10 moves. One fist comes in from the side and catches the bodyguard clean in the chest. Blood runs from his nose, and the bodyguard still calls it a good hit. The envoy laughs and thanks him for the compliment. The bodyguard grabs his chest and tells the boss he was simply not good enough. Now the boss can only gape at his own inner realm man losing. Mo steps in and says he is the one who broke the Lin heir's legs. The envoy demands to know how that works without inner realm power. Mo asks whether inner realm martial artists are supposed to be rare. The envoy asks if he thinks masters like that stand on every street. The bodyguard yells that he was 40 before he got there and calls Mo an arrogant fool. He has no idea who he is talking to. A single golden pill sits in the middle of an open palm. Mo holds it out to the elder and tells him to eat it. Two women at the far table catch the word pills and start guessing. The elder's eyes go wide at what he is being handed. He swallows it whole in one gulp. Light pours off his robe as the elder drops into a cross-legged seat. The boss asks why anyone swallows pills before taking a hit, and the bodyguard calls it an act. The envoy sweats and keeps repeating that this cannot be real. The elder tells Mo he has no way to repay a kindness this size. Mo waves it off and tells him to stop embarrassing him. The elder rises in a blue glow with white burning eyes, ready to kill for that insult. The envoy stands frozen with his back to the glare, ponytail blown flat. Then the envoy shouts that the elder reached great success in the inner realm. The bodyguard still refuses to buy it and calls the realm a cheap trick. The elder cocks a fist wrapped in lightning and tells the envoy to go to hell. The Lin family came hunting Mo, and now they have to get past his elder first. The Lin fighter throws both arms up to block, red lightning crawling over his ribs. A fist from the old master smashes clean through that guard. The fighter flies backwards across the hall and lands hard on the floorboards. Over on the side, the Lin boss goes pale and asks if this old man really hit the inner realm. The fighter scrambles up, bolts for the exit, and screams at everyone to run. The old man blocks his path, eyes glowing, and tells him escape is not happening. His fist fills the whole frame, knuckles first and already moving. That punch flips the fighter into the air while the old man stands right under him. Blood sprays out of the fighter's mouth as the old man tells him to die. Red light burns in the old man's eyes. Anyone who insults his master gets killed. The Lin boss drops to his knees in front of Mo and begs for forgiveness. A man at the side is sweating, still doing the math on how fast Mo built an inner realm expert. Mo tells the host to send any other Lin family visitor straight to him, and the host agrees on the spot. Both of them turn for the door and walk out of the wrecked hall. The host runs after them and shouts that a driver is already waiting outside. The heiress keeps staring at the door until her assistant says they should head back too. Mo promises the old master a whole boxing set, and the old man answers with one short yes. Days later, the Shezong headquarters opens its meeting hall for guests. The manager greets Mo at the entrance with a huge grin and waves him inside. Mo walks in with the old master right behind him, and the two women follow. One of the hosts introduces Mr. Shui, the boss who runs all of Nanling Mansion. Mo barely turns his head and lets a small smirk slip at all the ceremony. The manager apologizes for Mo skipping the polite talk, and Mr. Shui waves it off. The room keeps filling. Two more guests get greeted as Mr. Fang and Mr. Jia. Another arrival is welcomed as Mr. Qin, with an apology for the long wait. Mr. Shu, the man everyone was waiting on, laughs and apologizes, a robed old man walking in behind him. The manager mutters that Mr. Shu came late on purpose to keep the room off balance. Mo sits calmly in his chair, and Mr. Shu finally notices him across the room. Sweat runs down Mr. Shu's face. He has not even asked Mo for the money yet. The robed old man is his own master, so Mr. Shu decides he no longer fears Mo. Mr. Shu tells an assistant to carry the wooden box out for the bosses to see. The bosses crowd in, admit they cannot read it, and ask Mr. Shu to explain. Mr. Shu folds his arms behind a small statue and an old bagua mirror, then asks who is brave enough to test it first. An older guest leads a man in glasses to the table and asks him to appraise the goods. Jia, the buyer, knows the face. This is DeLong, a priest from the Ling Bao Temple. Mo, our main guy, reads the aura on DeLong. Cultivators do exist here. The old system just fell apart. DeLong walks to the display, where one small blue bead waits on the stand. He pushes his palm out and shouts open, gold burning off his fingers. The bead answers with a pillar of white light off the tray. DeLong calls it a relic from a reborn priest that clears the head and helps you sleep. The guests eat it up. One says the chill lifted his mood, another wants to buy. Next comes a bronze bodhisattva, and it flares gold when he calls open again. DeLong says a revered monk blessed this statue personally. He promises it keeps evil spirits out of a house, and one guest admits he fears ghosts. The third item is a flat gold bagua tablet, quiet on its tray. DeLong sees nothing special in it. Shu, the seller, calls that jade the best of the three. Shu bows to Master Chu, an old Taoist with a topknot who tells DeLong to stop embarrassing himself. DeLong snaps back that he has never heard the name Chu before. Chu says that only proves how little he knows, then points a finger at the tablet. The bagua wakes up and burns orange across the tray. Two guests go soft. One says it feels like his mother holding him as a child. DeLong clasps his hands and folds fast. His eyes were bad, please forgive him. Chu tells him to go home and practice another 30 years. That one stings. The old master leans in. The jade is a magic weapon that feeds the body and adds years. The crowd presses in. Prolong your life, they repeat, and someone calls it the real treasure. Shu and Chu trade a look, both of them pleased with how that went. Jia asks why Shu would sell pieces like these. Shu's already got a better treasure and throws the question back. Jia points at Mo and says he wants him to appraise the jade instead. The room laughs. Mo is a middle school student and handing him the helm sounds like a joke. Jia waves both hands and insists everyone hear Mo out. Shu grins and invites Mo to look, then warns him not to turn his eyes away. Mo lifts the gold tablet and asks if they really want him to say it. Chu should have stayed quiet. Mo's client, Mr. Shu, faces the old cultivator and demands he say it out loud. Mo points his sword at the display table and calls all three treasures fake. The buyers shout back that they have all felt these treasures working. The glass ball only carries a drop of yin energy for a fake cool feeling. The bronze statue pulls ghosts in instead of pushing evil spirits away. The jade hides a spell formation that no ordinary buyer can switch on. Mo goes quiet and lets the paying guests stare at the goods again. The buyers scream scammer and the old cultivator barks back at Mr. Shu. Mo asks the old man straight if he trained under Master Wang too. The old cultivator says Mo killed his brother and swears to tear him apart. He screams the word death and his wide sleeve swings up. A black shadow shoots off his palm and races at Mo's back. The shadow breaks open into screaming skulls with burning red eyes. Buyers bolt for the door, yelling about ghosts and begging for help. The lead ghost grins with fangs and promises to swallow Mo's soul alive. 6 skulls circle Mo's head and close in from every side at once. Mo answers that he will burn every one of those spirits with lightning. Lightning cracks out of his arms and lights the whole hall white. The old cultivator goes pale and asks if Mo serves the heavenly masters. Mo throws one arm forward and gives the order to exterminate. The bolt tears through the ghost swarm and blows the air apart. The old cultivator screams as the blast rips past his face. A pale spirit tears loose right in front of the old cultivator. The last red ghost head dissolves into sparks in midair. Lightning falls again and floods the room from ceiling to floor. The old cultivator drops to begging and calls Mo Master to spare his life. Mo lifts his palm and refuses to forgive a man who killed for cultivation. A buyer gasps that Mo wiped out the spirits with one bare hand. Mo turns to Mr. Shu and asks about the money he was promised. Mr. Shu nearly chokes and swears the payment is already on the way. Mo reminds him that anyone short on cash pays with his life instead. Shu Donghan, the man on his knees, swears the money was ready. He blames a rival named Qiu Wujin and offers double. Mo tells him it is too late. His old servant steps up with a fist raised. The palm cracks into Shu Donghan's skull, blood sprays, and he dies mid-beg. The guests call Master Chen a great man. One woman wants that power for herself. Mo tells his old servant to put the jade away because he will use it himself. The stone flares gold. Mo will build a 5 elements gathering formation with it. Mo asks who wants Su Donghan's territory. He takes half the assets for it. The host of the party, a bald man with a mustache, claims the job on the spot. The host calls it settled. In his head, he is counting his own profit. A guest drops to his knees and asks Master Chen to take care of him. A blond man freezes with his mouth open at what the room is doing. Another guest sweats through his collar and cannot look away. More of them go down on one knee and ask Mo to take care of them too. Mo says okay and warns that anyone breaking his rules gets no mercy. 2 guests whisper that half of Jianye will honor Master Chen after tonight. A man in glasses says a master like this is ordinary in the immortal world. Days later, one of his new men takes a call. The Line family will challenge Mo at Swallow Lake in 3 days. The host holds the phone up. The Lin family killed a man called Suo Qianhe. Mo stands alone by his own table and says he sees. He lifts the phone and promises that Chen Mo will be there. At the lake, the crowd asks why Master Chen is late since the hour has come. The host cannot reach Mo's phone. His new man says the Lin side is late too. Headlights cut across the plaza as a black car rolls to a stop. Polished shoes step down onto the wet stone, one pair after another. A wall of men in matching suits lines up along the water. Out on the lake, a boot skims the surface and a laugh rolls over it. The third elder of the Lin family crosses the water with his robes flying. He lands on the stone edge, water bursts under his heel, and nobody moves. The third elder asks where Chen Mo is and whether the Lin name scared him off. The host grins and says Master Chen is here, and the shout runs down the line. Mo walks in with 2 women beside him and his old servant behind. The host and his new man breathe out, glad Master Chen finally made it. The third elder orders the kid to kneel and beg for his life. Mo asks if every Lin family member is this reckless and nobody there is ready for what he does next.